Hello, welcome back. Today I'm in the J.S. Parker Cemetery in Parker, Colorado. And actually right behind me here is the grave of J.S. Parker, who was the one that founded this town and donated this land to be used as a cemetery. However, today we're actually going to try and find the unmarked grave of Linda Lovelace. So Linda Lovelace, born Linda Susan Borman, was an adult film actress most known for her performance in Deep Throat in 1972. Her abusive husband, Chuck Trainer at the time, had threatened and coerced her into the performance. She actually later became a born-again Christian and a spokeswoman for the anti-pornography movement. She was born January 10th, 1949 in Bronx, New York. She was daughter of a New York City cop and a waitress mother who was very domineering, and both believed in frequent corporal punishment. She attended lots of Catholic schools, and she got the nickname Miss Holy Holy because she wouldn't let the boys touch her or go out on dates. When she was 16, her parents retired and the family moved to Florida. Then at the age of 20, she gave birth to her first child out of wedlock. And she says her mother tricked her into putting it up for adoption by signing papers she didn't read. Shortly after, she returns to New York to enroll in computer school and was planning to open a boutique, but she got into a serious car accident and that required a blood transfusion. And unfortunately, she ended up getting hepatitis from it, which caused her to need a liver transplant 18 years later. So she goes back to Florida to try and recover from her car accident. And that's when she meets her first husband, Chuck Trainer. He was violent and abusive. He basically became her manager and a pimp. So she says he forced her into prostitution and pornography. And Deep Throat was one of the first and highest grossing X-rated releases, and it grossed over $600 million. Linda was only paid $1,250 for it, and it was basically taken by her husband. In her divorce suit, she said that he forced her into it by gunpoint by pointing an AR-15 rifle at her head. And that in Deep Throat, the bruises from his beatings can be seen on her legs. So they divorced in 1973. And then I believe she got her screen name, Lovelace, from the computer pioneer Ada Lovelace. I believe that inspired her because she was really into learning about computers then. So in 1974, she marries Larry Marciano, who is a cable installer and later owns a drywall business in Long Island. And they have two children, a son, Dominic, born in 1977, and a daughter, Lindsay, born in 1980. So Larry's business goes bankrupt in 1990, and the family ends up moving to Colorado. And unfortunately, the couple ends up divorcing in 1996 after 22 years of marriage. But they still remained really close. So the last years of her life, she lived in Denver in a small condo, and she was working in user support for an investment company and cleaning office buildings at night. And she had also become a grandmother in 1998 when her daughter Lindsay gave birth at the age of 17. On April 3rd, 2002, Linda was involved in another car accident in Denver, which was more serious than the one she was in 1970, and she suffers massive trauma and internal injuries. On April 22nd, 2002, she's taken off life support and dies at Denver Health Medical Center at the age of 53. And her husband, Larry Marciano, and their 2 children were present when she died. So in an interview for E! True Hollywood Story in 1997, she stated, quote, "I look in the mirror and I look the happiest I've ever looked in my entire life. I'm not ashamed of my past or sad about it. And what people might think of me, well, that's not real. I look in the mirror and I know that I've survived." Right, so I believe her unmarked grave is somewhere over here. I know there's a statue of Mary over here. Yes, here's a statue. Okay. Yes, we see, so here's a Mary statue kind of near the road. That's how I know where to find it. And then you see Rose Marciano grave, which was her ex-husband Larry's mother. And then also his father is here, Joseph Marciano. So it was said that her ex-husband Larry actually gave her this plot to be buried. It was originally his to be next to his parents, but he gave it to her when she died. And so her unmarked grave is actually right here. And someone has actually left a cross to kind of mark it. But she is like right next to his parents here. And it was the family wishes to have an unmarked grave. You know, she wasn't very well liked, and they were really worried about people destroying it or vandalizing it. So it's kind of sad she doesn't really have a marker, but those are the family's wishes. So, and I believe Larry is still alive, so I'm not sure where his plans of being buried are now, since she is in his plot. So I don't know if he has another one here, but yes, this is where the unmarked grave of Linda Lovelace is. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that video and trying to find the unmarked grave of Linda Lovelace. Please like and subscribe for some more videos, and I will see you at the next grave. Thanks.